Now at 5, the former Joplin Public Library building has a new owner. Plus, Freeman Health System hosts an event aimed at making dialysis treatments easier for patients. And
the Secretary of State travels to Ukraine in an unannounced visit to show continued support for the war-torn country. I'm Natalie Brand with details of his trip and additional help to fight Russia.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The former Joplin Public Library is under new ownership. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Amber Jenkins is live at the building now with more.
The old library in Joplin on Main Street got a new owner, and they have some big plans. The Creative Learning Alliance bought the old library to build an interactive science center. Their goal is to engage people of all ages with hands-on learning in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. As Mayor Lawson handed the key over to Creative Learning Alliance, he said this will benefit the community.
Just to excite people about learning. And Joplin will be seen as that place where if you want to learn, go to Joplin, Missouri.
Because it is right in the heart of downtown Joplin. It's got high visibility. It's a big open space, so we can build our science center the way we want it within these walls without having to do as much as you might have to in a building with more walls than this.
As of now, the Creative Learning Alliance says they hope the Science Center will be up by 2025, but of course that depends on donations and grants. Reporting live in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
All right, Amber, we'll look for updates. Thank you so much. Freeman Health System is trying to make treatment easier for patients going through dialysis. Freeman's Nephrology and Dialysis Center is hosting its Patient Engagement Days. It's an annual celebration with this year's event themed Cowboy and Western. Featured barbecue, line dancing, prizes, and booths providing health resources.
You know, that we would have to find them, they would have to come to us, and we would find that for them. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know what to ask for sometimes. So this gets all of these different companies in front of our patients.
Celebration continues tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is the 10th year of Patient Engagement Days. Pretty nice weather out there at the moment. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a great day for us today. Quite a bit cooler than what we saw over the past couple days when we approached 100 degrees. Not today. Low to mid 80s. Most of us, you do hit 90 once you get out into our western counties, but shaping up pretty good. Clear skies, nothing going on. Really, the entire Central Plains is looking pretty good behind the storm system that rolled through for us last night with the severe thunderstorms. Throughout the evening, we slide back through the 80s, 70s, 60s. So it's going to be a fairly comfortable night for us tonight. We're going to cool down to about 60, a little hotter tomorrow, near 90. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow night, cooling back down for us next week. I'm going to give you all the details here in just a bit.
See you soon. A major U.S. show of support for Ukraine today in its battle against the Russian invasion. Reporter Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington, D.C.
In an unannounced visit, Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky Wednesday. He's the first senior U.S. official to visit Kyiv since Ukraine began its counteroffensive in June against Russian forces.
We are determined in the United States to continue to walk side by side with you.
This is a difficult challenge and difficult, tough period for our society.
President Zelensky said he's thankful for continued support from the White House and Congress as the Biden administration announces a new aid package that includes at least $175 million in military support.
The U.S. has so far provided more than $43 billion in security assistance to Ukraine. The Biden administration wants Congress to approve an additional $24 billion, but that could face a fight here on Capitol Hill.
This is the worst possible time to suggest that there is any division in the United States over continuing to support Ukraine, just as they are making progress.
Blinken's visit comes as Russia unleashed more brutal attacks on the war-torn country. A missile strike on a market in eastern Ukraine killed at least 16 people Wednesday. And just hours before the Secretary of State arrived, Russia aimed missiles at Kyiv that were intercepted by Ukrainian air defenses. 18 months after launching its invasion, Russian President Vladimir Putin may be asking North Korea for weapons. There are reports Kim Jong-un may travel to Russia this month for a summit with Putin. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio yesterday received the longest prison sentence of any January 6th defendant to date. In a Washington courtroom yesterday, he apologized for the events of that day when thousands stormed the U.S. Capitol in a failed attempt to stop the peaceful transfer of power. Tarrio sentenced to 22 years in prison. Still ahead, enrollment on the decline.
Community colleges nationwide are struggling with enrollment. I'm Danya Backus with a look at why and what's being done about it.
And next in Health Watch, how a new clinic is aiming to provide a different way of treating patients with obesity. Topping today's Health Watch, over the past 3 decades, there's been a global surge in cancers among people under age 50, with the number of new cases rising by 79%. Breast cancer accounted for the majority of those cases, but cancers of the windpipe and prostate also increased. Researchers say it isn't clear whether more screenings played a part in the trends, but they expect the rates to keep on rising. A lot of people with obesity dread going to the doctor, feeling as though physicians can't see past their weight. Dr. Malika Marshall introduces us to a new clinic designed to treat patients as a whole, not just the number on the scale.
Brooke Boyarsky-Pratt has struggled with her weight since she was a child.
One of my first experiences with a physician was a pediatrician talking to my mom and telling her, your daughter should go to fat camp. Said it that way right in front of me.
Things didn't get any better as she got older.
I felt that every concern I brought to a doctor was diminished and replaced with the number on the scale. If you ask men and women what's the most stigmatizing experience they've ever had regarding their weight, for women, going to the doctor is number 1, and for men, it's number 2.
So the Harvard Business School grad decided to change that, opening Known Well, a comprehensive healthcare practice designed to address patients' weight concerns with empathy and compassion.
There you go. They might want to lose weight. They might want to just improve their prediabetes or other metabolic health conditions.
Everything in this clinic is by design to make people feel as comfortable as possible, including these weight-inclusive chairs that can accommodate a larger body size.
You're feeling good?
And exam tables that can weigh patients who don't want to hop on the scale. Sarah Abdelaziz had a weight problem most of her life and has lost 100 pounds. She says coming to Known Well has been a welcome change.
Here it's a safe and happy place to come and, basically, be educated about what your options are, what your overall health looks like.
Have you heard of a clinic like this anywhere else in the country?
No. It's shocking to me that we had to create it.
Creating a place so she and others could receive comprehensive medical care. Dr. Malika Marshall, CBS News, Needham, Massachusetts.
The clinic sees kids as young as age 12 for weight management and provides comprehensive primary care to people age 18 and older. Best cure for jet lag could be a big breakfast. Scientists from Northwestern University and the Santa Fe Institute looked at our circadian clocks, which calibrate according to light or food. They found that common symptoms of aging, like lower sensitivity to light, can make jet lag symptoms worse. But having a big meal in the early morning of a new time zone can help you adjust quicker and start enjoying that vacation. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about how long it's okay to crate your pet.
Plus, we're going to cool down a little bit as we go through the overnight hours. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a great day for us today. Sunny skies, cooler, less humid than what we have seen over the past couple days. And we have clear skies out there right now. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, if you haven't noticed outside today, a little bit on the hazy side, and when the sun sets, it's going to have a reddish tint. We had the cold front that dropped through last night, but also with those northerly winds, it's bringing in that smoke from the wildfires out across parts of Canada. So this is going to be around tonight, tomorrow, all the way into tomorrow evening. So it is going to be a little bit on the hazy side across the region. Look at our temperature change. It's about 10, 11, 12, 13 degrees cooler right now compared to this time last night, which is nice to see. Temperatures 83 Stockton, Neosho, 83 in Lamar. You jump to 86 in Miami, 84 in Pittsburgh, 90 in Parsons, Neodesha, Independence also sitting near 90 degrees. Outside, you can see that kind of hazy look, 85. Feels like 84, northerly winds at about 5 to 10. Through the evening, sliding back through the 80s, 70s, 60s, near 60 for us later on tonight. But clear skies, nothing going on here. Here's our storm system that rolled through yesterday, heading away from us, but pretty much clear skies out to the west, and that's what we're going to see tonight. And then again, into the daytime hours tomorrow. All right, let's go through time. So by morning, look at this. We're going to be sitting upper 50s to near 60 degrees. Clear skies, so a beautiful start. We'll have easterly winds throughout the day. It is going to be hotter tomorrow. We warm into lower 80s by noon, and then once we get into the afternoon, most of us are going to be right around 90. Missouri, Arkansas, lower 90s once you get out across Kansas and also parts of Oklahoma. Tomorrow night, late tomorrow night, we'll get some clouds in here. Scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms start to pop up. This is going to be late tomorrow night, so 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Scattered showers and a few scattered thunderstorms last into Friday morning. Remember the key word there is scattered, 9 a.m. And then these will drift out of here by the time we head into Friday evening. High temps mainly into the upper 80s. So as we go into Friday evening, high school football looks pretty good. We should have clear skies as we drop back through the 80s into the 60s, down into lower 60s to start the weekend on Saturday. All right, day planner tomorrow, 61 to start, 82 by noon, 88 by 4, high temp, right around 90 degrees. Now, if you are traveling north, we got a big game tomorrow evening. The Chiefs, that kick off at 7:20. It's going to be hazy and smoky out there, but if you are tailgating, it'll be into the 80s around the time the game starts, into the upper 70s. Clear skies will drop back into lower 70s by the time the Chiefs win by 7 tomorrow evening. All right, 90 for us tomorrow, 89 on Friday, 88 Saturday, 88 Sunday. So pretty good weekend. Thunderstorm chances back in Monday and Tuesday, but look at our highs. Tuesday, a high of only 79, 78 on Wednesday, so a lot more fall-like as we get into next week.
There's another prediction I want for that Chiefs game, and it has nothing to do with the weather, and you'll have to give us that at 6.
All righty.
Coming up, what a new study shows about how car makers are collecting the personal data of drivers and what they're doing with it. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the bells and whistles that come with new cars are not there just to improve your driving experience. They're also watching, listening, and gathering personal data. Researchers at Mozilla studied 25 car brands and found every one of them collects drivers' personal data. Most admit they might be selling that information to third parties or sharing it with the government. And it's not just about our driving habits.
We saw sex life mentioned as data collected in privacy policies. We saw genetic information. We saw medical health information. Data is money these days. And cars have the ability to collect so much of it, more probably than any device that we have, even maybe more than our phone.
Mozilla found drivers have little or no control over the data collection, and researchers are urging regulators to take action. Federal safety regulators say 52 million airbags pose safety risks to motorists. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is pushing to get vehicles containing airbags made by ARC and Delphi recalled. Ruptured inflators from them have killed at least 2 people and injured at least 7 others since 2009. Schools are welcoming students back to class, including community colleges. Over the past decade, 2-year colleges have seen steep declines in enrollment. Reporter Danya Bacchus takes a look at why and what's being done about it.
Alex Esparza believes community college will lead him to a successful career.
I took a look into what they had, and they had a business program, and I was like, business is what I want to do.
But fewer young people are choosing the same path. Since 2013, two-year colleges have seen a 36% drop in students. Schools were hit especially hard during the pandemic.
We lost about 350,000 students across California community colleges.
Dr. Sonia Christian is chancellor of the California Community Colleges. She's tasked with figuring out how to attract more students.
Online classes, hybrid classes, short-term classes. Our community colleges went through this incredible redesign in doing flexible scheduling to meet the student needs.
Schools are facing competition. Traditionally low-paying jobs that don't require a degree are now offering higher wages, and more prospective students are choosing trade schools instead. The decline in enrollment has pushed the community college system to reimagine the way they connect with students. Francisco Rodriguez is chancellor of the Los Angeles Community College District, which offers assistance programs.
We want to make sure that they have the supports that they need, from childcare to transportation to food to the kinds of textbook support that they need to be successful in class.
Some community colleges also provide instant admission and financial aid. Esparza is getting free tuition through the Promise program and plans to transfer to a four-year college next year.
I think what I did was probably the best decision.
Community colleges are seeing results after the changes. Nationally, enrollment ticked up in the spring. California schools are experiencing double-digit growth this fall. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Many community colleges are also offering high school student dual enrollment so they can earn college credits. Our Pet Vet on Call, next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, parents across the country scramble to find childcare as schools close because of the heat. Then on KOAM News at 6, Missouri Southern hosts a celebration of its students who commute every day. Plus, we're going to check out a farm in southeast Kansas with a few unusual animals. And Nevada and Seneca softball square off on the diamond. We're going to have highlights from their game. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. We often have to put some restrictions on our pets, but when do those go too far? Well, today's question for our Pet Vet on Call. Our dog isn't fully house trained, and we sometimes have to leave him in a crate when we're away for a few hours. How long is too long to leave him?
Well, you really need to consider two things. Number one is their age. The book says that a puppy cannot physically hold it till they are at least 4 months old. So that could take the first year of his life, learning to hold it. The other thing are physiological status of the pet. Do they have issues like diabetes, where they drink more water? Do they have GI issues, where they have diarrhea? Those need to be let out more frequently. But if they're healthy, think about when you go to bed at night. You are in bed for 6 to 8, 9 hours. You don't have to get up and drink or go to the bathroom and pee. 6 to 8 hours is okay.
Hey, we invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday right here on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. From the Joplin Humane Society, we have Rosie, an adult female Himalayan. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we have Wolfie. The shelter says she's a 4-year-old Alaskan Malamute mix. I think she's about 50% tongue. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? They always have lots of fine pets. Rosie and Wolfie.
Pretty good names.
Yes, they are. Pretty good weather, Doug.
Yeah, it's going to be a great evening if you want to get outside. 90 for us tomorrow, so we do heat back up just a little bit. 89 on Friday. We're going to have some morning showers and thunderstorms, and then warm/hot over the weekend, then cooling down quite a bit as we go into early next week.
Loving that. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.